special thank you to our great sponsors: Jack Burford Chevrolet, State Farm Insurance, Jerry Goble,
Luxury Pets,
Express Roofing, we've got you covered, Faith Created, Assembly of God Church, ScenicCabin.com, Equipment, Sales and Rentals, give Sean a call, Tatum Enterprises, Richmond Tourism, WKYT.com, Time Warner Cable, Madison County Schools, First Gear, Pro Signs, Berea Online, and Rosenbaum Communications.
Hey everyone, my name's Alex, and I want you to watch MadisonCountySchoolSports.com.
Hello everyone, I'm Madison County Schools Superintendent Elmer Thomas, and I want to thank you for watching Madison County School Sports Television.
Follow Madison County School Sports Television on Twitter, or like us on Facebook, MCS TV, and of course, watch all of our videos on YouTube.
Welcome to the Coach Mark Center Show. Hi, I'm Samantha Burford with Madison County School Sports Television. We want you to watch the Coach Mark Center Show.
We look forward to seeing you on Madison County School Sports Television.
Okay, that's it.
This program is sponsored by Cumberland Valley National Bank and Trust. Visit their new location in Berea.
Oh, there you go. You got time. Go right.
Welcome back to the Coach Mark Center Show. I'm Samantha Burford. We're here at the Jack Burford Chevrolet, as we always call it, our Jack Burford Chevrolet Studios. And of course, I'm here with Coach Mark Centers. He's the head coach of the Madison Central football team.
Okay.
We are wearing our long sleeve rainwear.
Thinking about rain?
I think it's never going to stop raining. So let's just start out with your perspective on your team last Friday night in the downpour.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't used to that type of rain.
Well, not many people are used to it.
Right.
A couple of times during the game it came down pretty hard, but overall, pretty good performance. We started out well and had a real strong first half, and that certainly made a lot of difference. And it's a lot of fun playing in the rain. It's my senior night many years ago was actually a pretty rainy and muddy night. And my mom has a white sweater that didn't make it through the senior night activities, or
right.
had one, but that's a long time ago. But it's funny how those things happen. But overall, really good performance, and we've practiced some in the rain. Of course, it's been raining so much here lately.
Yeah.
And so thankful for that turf because it makes an enormous difference. There were a lot of the natural surface fields around the state that were a mess, and the Lafayette Clark County film that we've been scouting Lafayette
Mm-hmm.
with is kind of a testimony to that. But
messy.
yeah, it was. But the turf keeps it really nice, and if you can deal with the wet, then everything else is pretty strong.
Did you have to do anything different to prepare the team? Because the football is heavier, chances are they might get injured, different plays, different things. Did you do anything different?
I've always felt like that if you make a big deal out of stuff, it becomes a big deal.
Okay.
So we just keep going, and that's kind of our motto about a lot of things is just keep going and
Keep them on schedule.
That's right. There have been some issues this year a couple times where we've had to go inside for lightning and things like that. But we even today we went out and practiced, had a pretty strong practice in the rain, and overall, I don't think we had too many issues with losing the ball or anything like that. The only thing we really did different was probably rotate the ball a little bit quicker, and had a couple guys on top of that, and had some extra towels and some ball dry over on the sidelines. But other than that, just press forward.
Yeah. So the game, of course, that we're talking about is the Tate's Green game this past Friday night at Central. Final score was 41-21. Let's talk about what everybody's talking about. It seems like it was the Crier-Williams show.
Yeah, those two guys had a great night, and they complement each other so well.
Yeah.
Corian is surprisingly powerful, and Joe Hunt's such a nice slashing runner, and they do complement each other well. And Jonathan Ty came in as a third back and rushed for nearly 100 yards and got his first touchdown on the season. Really happy for him to be able to get a touchdown on senior night. I know it's special for him, and he had done such a wonderful job blocking. He and Jared Grant at the H-back spot, kind of rotating in and out, and both of those guys did a really strong job blocking, and especially, Jonathan in particular did a nice job. And good to see those guys get rewarded and get 6 points on the board.
Now, you mentioned it was senior night. You want to talk about any of the seniors and any of the activities?
Well, we've got 17 seniors, and just a really, really strong group of guys, and it's a very diverse group, both as football players and as young men. They all bring something unique to the team and a special part to the team, and even going back what seems like forever ago, back in February and right when the change of coaching staff first started. And I remember setting those guys down. A lot of them were there at that first meeting they had where they introduced me, and I set those guys down and talked to them and said, you're not going to be the forgotten senior class. Of course, when I took over at Garrett County, obviously the change over there, and kind of had that experience, and those guys worked really hard for us, and as an assistant coach, I was part of a couple of coaching changes, and coaching changes are really tough for seniors, and quite frankly, they're tough for seniors, but they're also tough for the seniors' families and parents, and they've been used to doing some things a certain way, and invariably those things are going to change when you have new leadership come in.
And change is difficult for a lot of people.
Sure it is.
So, and then you take a
adults.
17-year-old on top of it.
Right. Change is difficult for adults many times, and and just really proud of those guys and the way that they've handled things. The way so many of them have really bought into the program and bought into the way, not only the way we're trying to do things and the way we're trying to run things on the field, but the things that we're doing off the field with some character development things and just different things, just a different personality, a different way of going about business from a day-to-day basis, and they've done a really good job of buying in.
It's obvious.
Routinely, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope so. I hope it's becoming
Yes.
obvious. We routinely have really good compliments on our kids, and so just very pleased for those guys. They're able to get a win on senior night, able to kind of celebrate the night. We were, really blessed to play very well, but, played well enough to where we got every senior in the game, and each senior on the roster got some snaps and snaps in pretty quality time. So I know that was special for them. We nearly played everyone on the roster, which was another special thing.
I did not know that.
That was, those opportunities don't come often.
Right.
And no matter the season.
Especially in a district game.
Exactly. Those opportunities don't come often, and the fact that we were able to play a ton of kids and get a ton of kids on the field, hopefully it made for a special night for everyone, but certainly a little bit extra special night for our seniors.
Yeah, and did you have, and still hoping for, to get some of those leadership qualities out of, I know
That's right.
some of the ones that have been there the whole time especially.
That's right. And each one of those guys, they do have their own unique leadership qualities. Some of them try to be vocal leaders, and some of them try to be leaders by example. And we've always been more successful with a bunch of leaders by example. It's kind of that motto about less talk, more action. However you want to go about it. That's always kind of been our way of going about things. But each one brings a little something different to the table, and they're able to step up and lead, and I think they're kind of growing into that role as well.
Right.
Our team has grown so much since week one, let alone since spring ball. When you think, because
How much have they changed?
Yeah, I mean it's amazing, and when you think about it, that happens when you have a year where you've had a coaching change. Our seniors have just as much reps and just as many reps and just as much experience in our system as our sophomores do. They've all had the same amount. So that in itself, everybody has to grow. Some of those seniors had the opportunity to play and had some quality playing time experience, and others not so much. And so, seeing each one of them grow and develop has been very good.
So let's talk about, like I said, this was your first district win, first district game. Let's go right into your overall thoughts of the game.
Well, again, I think the most important thing, overall, we played pretty well. I think we were up 41-7 there when we started subbing pretty liberally there. And we got out of the gate well, ran the football very effectively, particularly in the first half. We did the little things that we talk about that helps lead to winning football games and playing winning football. And, it's run the football well, play good defense, and protect the football. And we did those things fairly well. I think that definitely is the root of the success. But, the kids played well, executed well. And again, I can pretty well tell, with this team, it is a little bit different. I can tell from their mindset, I can tell from their frame of mind and their level of focus before the game if they're going to be locked in and play pretty well. And I could tell that this past Friday night that we were a little bit more locked in. We were a little bit more focused. A little bit had the mental preparation was matching the physical preparation a little bit better. The same way it was prior to the Dunbar game. And seeing our team do that, I think that shows that we're maturing a little bit more and we're growing a little bit more.
Absolutely.
And so, and then.
It's funny how you can tell those things. You can read them.
They start picking up. And
they're learning you. You're learning them.
Right. And every team's not that way. Sometimes it's hard to get a read on a team. But again, we're learning each other, and that's paying dividends, I think, as well. And and again, our younger guys, because we do have a ton of younger guys playing, and they handled the altered pregame routine a little bit. Sometimes those little things that are just subtly different before a game can impact a game. But those guys did a great job of handling that.
And we talked about that going into homecoming,
exactly.
How it was a little altered, and you said they stayed focused and stayed on task.
Yeah, did a real nice job. And then of course the seniors, because our pregame ended about 15 minutes early, so that we could have our senior presentation.
Right.
And that went very well. Very, very pleased with that. Outside of the rain,
I was getting ready to say, other than the ponchos and all the pictures.
Yeah, outside of the rain, I think the seniors and their parents were very pleased and glad that we were able to honor them in a very special way, and able to kind of then quickly get them back into the frame of mind of football, and kudos to our seniors for that, of being able to be honored and enjoy that moment with their parents before the game, and then get back in the locker room and get themselves focused and ready. And I feel like we came out of the locker room pretty focused and ready.
That's good. All right, Coach, let's take a quick break.
Okay.
And let's hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we'll get into more of the X's and O's of the game. And I'm guessing I know what your favorite play is going to be, or at least what my favorite play of the game.
I like all touchdown plays.
You like them all.
I like touchdown plays.
I'm just going to put it out there, the one right before halftime.
Yeah,
all right, so we'll talk
about
good. That. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. All right, we'll be right back.
Madison County School Sports is proud to have Journey Auto and Boat Sales as the official sponsor of the Madison Central Marching Band on MCS TV. A special thank you to our great sponsors: Jack Burford Chevrolet, State Farm Insurance, Jerry Goebel,
Luxury Pets,
Express Roofing, we've got you covered, Faith Created Assembly of God Church, ScenicCabin.com, Equipment Sales and Rentals, give Sean a call, Tatum Enterprises, Richmond Tourism, WKYT.com, Time Warner Cable, Madison County Schools, First Gear, Pro Signs, Berea Online, and Rosenbaum Communications. Madison County School Sports is proud to have Journey Auto and Boat Sales as the official sponsor of the Madison Central Marching Band on MCS TV.
Hi, I'm Samantha Burford with Madison County School Sports Television. We want you to watch the Coach Mark Center Show.
We look forward to seeing you on Madison County School Sports Television.
Okay, that's it.
This program is sponsored by Cumberland Valley National Bank and Trust. Visit their new location in Berea.
Oh, there you go. You got time. Go right.
Welcome back to the Coach Mark Center Show. I'm Samantha Burford, and like we mentioned before we went into the break, we're going to talk about all the wonderful touchdowns. But like I said, my favorite was going right into halftime. Man, was that a big momentum going into halftime for you guys.
Yeah, huge.
I'll let you set it up.
Well, it was. I mean, that Tates Creek had a really nice drive and driven the ball deep into our territory. I think the ball was spotted somewhere around the 1.5, 2 yard line, and we had come up with a couple of real key stops. And as time was running out, they tried to run up and get one more play off just before the buzzer blew, and the ball come out of there.
Yeah.
And was
big fumble.
Was just kind of squirting around for a minute and kind of laying there, and Johan Williams comes and scoops up and takes off, and really before any of us, we knew we had to stop, but before any of us really quite knew what happened, he's racing the other way.
He's gone.
Our stats, WO Stats does an amazing job with our stats. Just so pleased with them, and what a help they are for us, especially as coaches. Because I came from having to take our own stats, and me and the coaching staff at 2 a.m. watching the films, trying to decipher, and
that's like an extra job.
Oh, it is.
That you had.
The job that they do is amazing. They had him for a 94-yard
That's what I have
return. We were talking about that in the staff room because we weren't quite sure if the yardage should go from the original spot, which would have been 98.5.
Okay.
And because if it was 98, it would have been tied for second in state history for longest
That makes a
fumble return.
difference.
And Coach Simpson, Keyshawn, who's on our staff now, he actually had a 99-yarder several years ago. I can't remember if he was a sophomore or junior, but he actually had a 99-yarder. And just so excited to see Johan be able to pick that thing up and take off, and our sideline was going bananas.
Yeah, they were celebrating.
The field was going bananas, and so you mentioned just a huge momentum swing because we had a lead, and I'm a coach, so I'm never comfortable. I'll never say we had a comfortable lead, but we had a lead going in. But certainly
34-7 going in at halftime.
Right,
so.
and we were up 28-7, and if they poke that ball in, you got to think 28-14 still would have been the lead at half.
Yeah,
but
that's not comfortable.
Well, they're never comfortable for me. But until that final horn blows, I'm not comfortable.
Yeah.
But to end up, that's a 15-point swing in a way. You get a goal line stand on a team going into the end zone just before the half, and then you turn that into 6 points going the other way in such an electric fashion. Just a huge play.
But you got the team settled down. I mean, you got them back over and able to kick the field goal.
Yeah.
Were you worried at all about them calling them out?
Well, let's just say that the officials were probably pretty kind to our sideline in letting us get back and letting our coaches get everyone
Control
back on the sideline. Yeah, we were pretty excited, all of us.
But it was an exciting time. I mean, and especially going in, did it change up anything that you did at halftime, what you said to them?
Well, again, I won't say that. It put us in it with a little bit more breathing room for sure.
Right.
But I think the message at halftime remained the same. We've played well up to this point. We played the first 24 minutes the right way. Let's make sure we go out and play the next 24 minutes the right way and finish this thing off. And again, that whole concept of doing the right thing the right way at the right time. It has to feed over no matter the situation. If you're up 20 or down 20, it has to be the same. And so our message at halftime was pretty much the same.
Did at any time during the second half of the game, did you feel like your team was taking anything for granted? Like they had this one, they weren't focusing as much, or?
Not really. I think we may the intensity level. I think may have dropped a bit, but. Again, that's kind of hard to say. That you got to give credit to their defense as well. We had a couple of drives there in the third quarter that we felt like we should have went ahead and pushed through and finished off. which turned into a couple of real nice defensive stands where we kept them pinned in their territory. So, I don't think that we had a letdown necessarily. I think, the intensity level perhaps dropped just a little bit, which, is, sometimes young teams and teams that are in the process of maturing and learning how to win and how to put teams away, sometimes they go through that. So I won't say that we had a letdown, but maybe the intensity dropped just a little bit. But we got that picked up, and again, defense played well and got us to the point to where we were able to start subbing and getting some kids in. And, that's so important to me, is trying our best to get as many kids as we possibly can the opportunity to get on the field when we have an opportunity to get them on the field. Because this is probably an odd time to mention this, but, last Monday, this past Monday night, our freshmen go. They have a huge win at Lafayette, a 26-20 win at Lafayette, and then our JV kids turn around and pull out a 29-28 win versus Henry Clay's JV, which was just an enormous win for those guys. And those JV games are so important, but there's nothing like getting out there under those Friday night lights. And these guys with our JV team, they've worked so hard. They've put in the same amount of practice, the same amount of weightlifting, the same amount of everything in off season, and great to allow our younger guys and some of our guys who are great role players for our team have opportunity to get out there and shine.
Before I give some shout outs, I do want to share this, that you forced 4 turnovers and you came up with 3 interceptions. Your thoughts on that before we move into our...
Huge, again, and that's an indication of how well our defense played. And, 4 takeaways big. And defensively we were able to put them in a position to where they had to throw the ball as opposed to allowing them to throw the ball when they wanted to. And that, I think that was very key. Coach Sims has kind of brought that old Tates Creek mentality back to them, where they're going to be a power running football team and power football first, and they certainly seem to be developing and accepting that very well. I was really impressed with the Opsahl number 6, the tailback that was in there at the beginning of the game. A really, really strong runner. They moved Graham Gordon back to the quarterback position and where he's most comfortable, and he did a really nice job of operating some little second back read, a little option read that they were running. But then again, he's such an accomplished passer. Even though we stopped him and put him in a position where they had to throw the ball, he's still a very quality passer. And the fact that we were able to put him in a position to where they had to throw the football, and then we were ready for that. And the 3 picks is a great night for any defensive secondary.
Yes.
But certainly, Coach Kirk is doing such a phenomenal job, and Coach Miller with our defense and getting those guys in position to make plays, and the kids going out there and making them. And that's what matters, you put them in position to make plays, but then the kids go out and make the plays.
They have to do it.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, so let's start with our first shout out to Zach Harden, the quarterback. Your thoughts on him Friday night?
Played well overall, managed the game very well. Easy for a quarterback to get frustrated on a night like that with the rain and some things like that. And yardage wise, not too impressive.
I have him for 6 of 11 for 40 yards.
Right.
And he threw an interception. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, it was just one of those things. It was just kind of one of those things where just the kid made a good play. Again, give their defense credit. Kid made a good play.
Really shouldn't take away all of his hard effort this entire season.
Not at all. And we were within there was a fade in the end zone going towards the school that had a real opportunity for a touchdown pass there. John made a real great effort going after a ball that was right down the seam. And there were about 3 or 4, he was 6 out of 11, and about 3 or 4 of those incompletions were balls that were very nearly caught, or receiver almost made a great play on. And again, the elements and stuff, tough night to throw the football.
I was getting ready to say that football is much heavier. He's not typically used to that now. I'm sure this week they're used to it.
Yeah, well,
But it's a
the
lot
more
heavier.
and it's just it's a little bit slicker, a little bit
Yes.
different feel, and things like that. But the sign of a quarterback who is maturing is that stays level-headed, and that's one thing about Zach for sure. He always stays very level-headed, does a great job with that, and again, he did a very good job of managing the game and getting the ball where it needed to be, and that really and truly, that is job one of a quarterback.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go to Johan Williams. Let's talk about, well, there's a lot of things we can talk about for him. 114 yards on 12 carries.
Mm-hmm. And again, some real key runs at some real key times. He did a very nice job. I think there were 3 or 4 times where he picked up first downs and just continued to chunk the ball down the field. He didn't have the big breakaway run like he had a couple weeks ago, but all of his runs were very good, solid runs. I don't recall anything where he really lost any kind of yards or anything like that. So he gaining positive yardage, and again, only 12 carries, 114 yards on only 12 carries is a real nice average there. And of course, he had the 2 touchdowns rushing, and then the 3rd touchdown on the fumble recovery. So 18 points.
Yeah, I had him at 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, 18 points is a pretty good night for him.
I think so too. Mm-hmm. All right, let's talk about John Williams. He had John Williams. He had 5 catches for 36 yards.
Yeah, and they were really covering John hard and paying a lot of attention to him. And honestly, it kind of turned him into a possession receiver a little bit. He had a couple opportunities at a couple really big plays. Like I said, 5 for 36. He could have easily been 7 for 106. But it just didn't happen that way. But he did a good job of continuing to work and get open on the short routes and catch the football and move the sticks. And that again on a tough night for quarterbacks and receivers. 5 catches is a pretty decent night. Yeah.
All right, and we got to give a shout out to the senior Jonathan Ty.
Yeah.
I know you talked about him a little bit earlier, but
yeah, Jonathan and Corion, but especially Jonathan.
Yeah.
Jonathan, Corion had a huge night. He did have one of the breakaway runs, and Johan had a big night on the ground, and then Jonathan comes in as kind of a third back almost, and he goes 5 for 71 and gets his first touchdown on the season, and really proud for that. He's
on senior night.
Yeah,
his parents had to be so family proud.
And he's particularly, he's been rotating in at the H spot with Jared a little bit more here lately, and he's doing such a good job blocking. It's good to be able to reward those guys and give them a chance to get the ball.
Yeah. Let's talk about Cryer. 2 rushing touchdowns, 187 yards for 17 carries.
Yeah, 187 on 17 again.
Fantastic.
Great yards per carry, and that's that's really what we're looking for our guys. I've mentioned this before. We tell our guys all the time. When you see the football, do something with it, because there are no guarantees that we're going to have somebody carry the ball 20, 25, 30 times. 17 carries for us is a lot.
Yeah.
Honestly, on the season, 17 carries for one back, maybe the most that one back has had this season. But he's such a. I'm certain it's close if it's not the most. But really strong runner, and he breaks tackles, and it's so funny. It seems like 2 or 3 games this year people have thought they've had him down, and he's still on his feet, and he comes busting out of a group of 3 or 4 guys, and they have to tackle him all over again.
Yeah,
he's a powerful runner, and he plays a ton of defense at outside linebacker for us too. Really good night for him. And
then I'll let you move into them too with the 7 tackles, both of them. Jared Grant, Brandon Northern.
Jared and Brandon. Brandon had a good night on the defensive line. He'd been looking for a breakout night on the D line, and Brandon does a lot of things for our team. He's our long snapper, and he's a really, really good long snapper. And kind of a smaller guy, has to use his quickness to his advantage, and he battles down there on the defensive line. And he did definitely do that the other night. He battles every week, and more times than not, he's given up size and weight to somebody, and he just keeps fighting. And that's to me, his tenacity is one of his strongest suits. And Grant continues to play well from linebacker spot. Had several guys play pretty well from linebacker spot. I think those 2 led us in tackles, but
that's what I was showing.
Had several of those guys that played real well. And again. With a team that's primary objective is run the football, they were very strong all night long.
So before we move into the big game this Friday night, anything else on Tate's Creek? Wind her up.
Nah, yeah, just to wrap up, just very proud of our guys. Our whole goal we talked about, the preseason and the real season starting the district being the our primary goal, and to be able to start out 1-0 in the district was very big, and Tates Creek, Madison Central been district rivals for a long time, and just good to get that one under our belt. But of course, now it's time to
Now you move
on.
into the next rival,
Yep.
Lafayette.
Time to move on to the next one.
Friday night at Lafayette.
Yep, at Lafayette, awfully good football team. Very impressed with them overall. A very sound defensive football team, which makes sense. Coach Schaub was defensive coordinator, very successful defensive coordinator there under a couple of former head coaches, and now he's got the opportunity to be the head coach. And one of his sons is a senior linebacker, and I guess he's got another son that's a younger freshman, but. Sound defensively and then very explosive offensively, a super athletic football team. Very, very big test coming up for us, but I feel like we match up well against Lafayette. I feel like that it's, one of those opportunities for us to perhaps, make a statement for ourselves.
And they've lost 3 games against ranked teams,
They have.
but I don't think it's going to be easy.
Yeah, no.
Nobody's taking anything for granted.
No, this one should be a battle.
Yeah.
It certainly should be a battle. Like I said, I feel like we match up well. I feel like that I look forward to seeing how we play. I feel like if it's one of those games where, we play as good as we're capable of playing, that we can certainly go down there and make our case for to be a contender for the district championship, and that's obviously the goal. We've talked a lot to our guys this week about just that. The most important game in the state this week, as far as we're concerned, is Madison Central at Lafayette.
Right.
And we have an opportunity to meet some of our goals. We have an opportunity to go 2-0 in our district. By going 2-0 in our district, we could secure a home playoff game, which is a very important goal of ours. And we could put ourselves in control of our own destiny as far as a district championship is concerned. And it's really nice. We've fought through some adversity. We've been through all that we've been through, and it's really nice to have ourselves in this position now to be ready to fight for those goals that we've had all year long.
Yeah. Your thoughts on their quarterback, who is also their leading rusher, Walker Wood?
He's fantastic, and considering the fact, like Zach, he's just a sophomore. These two set up to probably have some pretty big battles over the course of the next 3 years, and this one being the first of those. The offense certainly runs through him. He is definitely the key cog in their offense. He's a very good runner. He's a good passer, a very good runner. He does a great job on running the option and the speed option, things like that. Does a good job of distributing the football when he needs to. But he's also the type of quarterback that is going to keep the ball in his hands and go try to make a play for his team when he feels like he needs to.
When he needs it.
Mm-hmm.
So your thoughts this week, doing anything different, keeping them on the same schedule as always?
Yep, same schedule, fall break. We've had here early in the week, but we stay.
Still practicing, even though we haven't had school Monday, Tuesday, or
Right.
Wednesday.
Yeah. We maintained our normal 3:00 practice time because, of course, the teachers were in service today, and as opposed to go early on Monday and Tuesday, we just decided to keep our normal practice routine.
Oh, you did? Okay.
So we came in at 3.
So you let them sleep in?
Yep. Yeah. That's some of the benefits of being out of school. So
That's right.
We got everybody in on Monday and had a good practice Monday, and of course the fantastic freshman and JV games on Monday night, and then came and had a real good workout day yesterday on Tuesday. Got some real good work done on the defensive side of the ball yesterday, and then again back today. Had a good offensive day, so hopefully tomorrow we'll put it all together with a nice mental day, get everybody back in that school flow, and then ready to go on Friday.
Yeah, they probably won't be happy to go back to school, but
Probably not so much. But
their parents may be happy to get them
I'm glad to get
back
back in that. Yeah.
Yeah, get them back in
routine.
the normal routine.
That's right.
Yeah, because you often wonder, is that going to affect them? Are they sleeping too much? Are they laying around being too lazy?
Yeah, they're high school kids. Everything affects them. But that's part of the deal.
You are true and very correct. So I'm sure our parents used to think the same thing. Although I don't know if we ever got fall break.
And fall break was not. Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, I missed out on that.
I don't think we got that either.
Yeah, and then and being a football coach, I've never had a fall break since I've been teaching either. So
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
Everybody else enjoy that one. I'll wait for spring.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Coach, anything else? I always let you have the last word.
We'll just, I'm really thankful. Had a lot of people come out and battle the rain last Friday night for our senior night, and want to thank everybody who came out for that. That was great, and the crowd was very good. They said there was something going on down in Brea that night. I'm not sure what it was,
Yeah,
but
nobody knows.
but there was something
Nobody
going
knows.
on down there, and we had a great turnout for our game as well. And despite the elements and all that, really thankful for that. And I had several folks travel up to Henry Clay and watch the kids. I want to give a shout out to our freshman team, our freshman program. Those guys continue to impress, man. They're battling. It's such a great group of kids. Still got 40 plus out there. They're sitting there at 5-2 on the year.
I know, big things coming out of them.
5-2 on the year. They got 2 big games coming up for them. They've got Lafayette and then Takes Creek coming up.
Not an easy schedule for them.
Oh, they play a great schedule.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, the schedule that they're going to play when they're going to play the
They might as
same
well
teams
get
as
used
they
to
grow.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to play the Scott counties and the Lexington schools and play some good competition. So really tickled with that. And and again, just proud of all the guys in our program and all of those things. Just appreciative of everything, and hopefully we can keep going in the right direction.
And we need fans to come
Yeah,
Lafayette.
Definitely want to take a big crowd up to Lafayette. I think
Weather's supposed to be nice.
yeah, that'll be a change,
Wouldn't it?
But yeah, we'd love to take a big crowd up with us to Lafayette and make sure that our presence is known up there.
Yeah.
And let.
But
our
you know what
guys
you're
about it.
battling Friday night, right?
Certainly.
Big Blue Madness.
Mm-hmm. What is it?
It's always something, right?
What is it? Well,
Yeah.
It's football season. I don't know.
That's a totally different ball.
Kentucky plays LSU Saturday. Is that what?
Yeah, who knows?
Oh, you're talking about basketball.
Totally different ball.
Yeah,
It's happening. It's Friday night.
If they've already got their Big Blue Madness tickets, though, they can come to our game and then just go over there.
And then go
Yeah,
check out both.
yeah, that'd be easy.
Yeah, I agree. Just stay in Lexington.
That's right.
Coach, it's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
It's always even better after we can get you out of the rain and dried off and in the warm studio.
Yeah.
It's going to keep getting colder, I'm afraid, the longer we keep doing this.
Hey, I hope we're playing when it's snowing.
I hope so too. That'd be fantastic. All right, Coach, good luck against Lafayette Friday night.
Thank you.
We'll be rooting for you.
Thank you very much.
All right. On behalf of Coach Mark Centers, I'm Samantha Burford here at our Jack Burford Chevrolet Studios. Thanks for watching.
Madison County School Sports is proud to have Journey Auto and Boat Sales as the official sponsor of the Madison Central Marching Band on MCS TV. A special thank you to our great sponsors: Jack Burford Chevrolet, State Farm Insurance, Jerry Goble, Luxury Pets, Express Roofing, we've got you covered, Faith Created Assembly of God Church, ScenicCabin.com, Equipment Sales and Rentals, give Sean a call, Tatum Enterprises, Richmond Tourism, WKYT.com, Time Warner Cable, Madison County Schools, First Gear, Pro Signs, Berea Online, and Rosenbaum Communications. Madison County School Sports is proud to have Journey Auto and Boat Sales as the official sponsor of the Madison Central Marching Band on MCS TV.
Hi, I'm Samantha Burford with Madison County School Sports Television. We want you to watch the Coach Mark Center Show.
We look forward to seeing you on Madison County School Sports Television.
This program is sponsored by Cumberland Valley National Bank and Trust. Visit their new location in Berea.
Oh, there you go. You got time. Go right.
Hey everyone, my name's Alex, and I want you to watch MadisonCountySchoolSports.com.
Hello everyone, I'm Madison County School Superintendent Elmer Thomas, and I want to thank you for watching Madison County School Sports Television.
Follow Madison County School Sports Television on Twitter. Or like us on Facebook, MCS TV. And of course, watch all of our videos on YouTube. The following is in smokeless tobacco: cadmium, formaldehyde, lead, nicotine, nitrosamines, polonium-210, hydrazine, benzopyrene, and uranium-235. Don't be a dip. Don't dip.
According to the Centers for Disease Control, the definition of binge drinking is having 5 drinks over the course of 2 hours. When done excessively, this may eventually lead to memory loss, unwanted pregnancy, and sexually transmitted diseases, cancer, excessive vomiting, alcohol poisoning, and possibly death.
Nathan, can you hear me?
If you don't want to swallow any of this, chances are the next tube you put in your mouth won't be a good time. For more information on binge drinking, please visit the Centers for Disease Control website at www.cdc.gov.